This year, Halloween will be more lively than last, with costume parties and trick-or-treating making a comeback. As restrictions loosen and social activities resume, it's almost feeling like a pre-pandemic world. It comes after last year's events were canceled due to fears of a second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Trick-or-treating in hotspot areas such as Ottawa and Toronto were canceled, but some still found creative ways to hand out candy. Plastic chutes, tongs, and candy hung from trees were all part of the safe solution. Now COVID-19 infections within the city and province are decreasing, meaning people can celebrate October 31st safely this year. Houses across the city are decked out with ghosts and goblins, with everyone wanting to take part in a sense of normalcy. You might remember 2 years ago, Halloween was also a washout thanks to heavy rainfall. Dr. Kieran Moore, Ontario's top doctor, gave the green light for Halloween activities this October and provided some guidance on how to participate safely.
Outdoor gatherings are always safer, so use outdoor spaces whenever possible. When gathering outdoors with a group of fully vaccinated individuals, no face covering or physical distancing is necessary. But if you are gathering outdoors with people from multiple households who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, or their vaccination status is unknown, please consider wearing a face covering if physical distancing cannot be maintained. And when gathering indoors with a group of fully vaccinated individuals, you could consider removing your face covering if everyone is comfortable.
When knocking on doors, Dr. Moore encourages children not to yell or sing and simply say trick or treat in a low-tone voice. When answering the doors, it's encouraged you keep interactions brief and wear a mask for protection. You, however, shouldn't worry about touching candy others have already handled. Health experts say you're not going to catch the virus that way, but it's still important to keep your hands clean. And those same rules apply to trick or treating. Children are also being encouraged to incorporate a face covering into their costume this year, but those of a medical standard. Dr. Moore says costume masks simply aren't protective enough.
Trick or treating should take place outdoors as much as possible. Be creative. Fashion a face covering into your Halloween costume design. But remember, a costume mask is no substitute for a proper face covering. Do not overcrowd the doorsteps. Take turns and keep interactions brief. Maintain physical distancing as much as possible.
For indoor Halloween parties, the rules are the same as they were for Thanksgiving. Ensure you have good air circulation by keeping your windows open and only gather with fully vaccinated individuals. If not, face masks are strongly encouraged, and regardless, frequent hand washing and sanitizing should be followed. Smaller is always better when it comes to crowd sizes, and virtual still remains the safest option. And if anyone is showing even the slightest COVID-19 symptoms, stay home and get tested. Dr. Moore noted with these measures being followed over the Thanksgiving long weekend, the province continued to decrease their number of new daily COVID-19 infections. It's their hope that will happen again as people move indoors during the cooler months.
For the slightly older trick-or-treaters who might be considering attending or throwing a Halloween party, all the guidance that I had previously outlined for Thanksgiving and other social gatherings applies to you too. And it bears repeating, if you are sick, even with mild symptoms, you should not be participating in social events like Halloween. We know from experience it is exactly these kinds of events that can lead to spikes in transmission. But provided we do our best to follow the guidelines in place, we can enjoy some well-deserved time with friends and family while also keeping our community transmission low.
Now, of course, the main message is to have fun, just to do it safely. Now, this rain we're seeing right now is expected to continue throughout the night and into tomorrow, but we should see a break in the rain just in time for trick-or-treating. But you know what? No matter what the weather is like tomorrow night, I'm sure there will be many children out going door to door this Halloween. Charlie, C9TYN News, Ottawa.